I'm Zach from Core Excel Sports Training. Today I'm going to show you how to stop pulling your hamstring using this one specific exercise. But before we do that, I'm going to show you a testimonial from the #1 fullback in the country who kept pulling his hamstring, and we used this technique, and now he's able to train hard again without any issues.
Right, so that's something I pulled it's probably like a week or two before our bowl game, last game of the year, nagging thing. So I came back to Core after the season was over, probably like a week or two following the season, and it was still bothering me. And then we got this new machine, used that, and we did it on a Friday. And coming in on Monday, it felt completely fine. So no pain, no issues, and it healed up fine.
And we were able to then train 100% before the combine.
Yeah, yep.
Not a lot to hit. So Nick pulled his hamstring in his bicep femoris here. And the reason he pulled it, so this is the lateral portion of the hamstring. And the reason that he pulled it was because of a weakness in his glute minimus. Why that happens is because during hip extension, your major muscle group, so you can have your glute maximus very strong, you can have your hamstrings very strong, but if you have a weakness in one of the stabilizers in the glute medius and glute minimus, what's going to happen is the hamstring is going to have to overwork, and that's what's going to cause the pull. So in his case, his glute medius was strong, but his glute minimus was weak, so it broke down in the chain. So what we're going to do today is we're going to show you, we've already shown in some prior episodes how to test that. We're going to have the related videos at the end so you guys can pick and choose from and look at some of these testing methods that we have on the glute medius and minimus. But what we're going to show you today is just some variations on the glute minimus of once they get to a certain level with the testing, how to upgrade that exercise, and just a little bit more understanding of how these tests work and how this exercise works. With Nick here, when he would do this exercise, this glute minimus exercise here, so what we're doing is if you notice, when I'm coming up, I'm internally rotating or immediately rotating, and my heel is actually leading with the exercise here, just slightly here. My weight is turned over and I'm down here. The minimus is a medial rotator and it's an adductor, and also the more that we put it out this way, the more intense it's going to be on the glute minimus. So Nick built up to 7 pounds here, no problem. He felt it only in the minimus. That's how I knew it was strong, and that's how I knew he was testing at a high level on it. If I had the compensations at one of those weight loads there, we know it was too much for him if the adducts are taking over or also the TFL is taking over during that exercise. So here's another variation here. Here I post and I stick the leg out, and this is what I moved him up to as he progressed with this, because this is going to be a much more intense exercise on the minimus. But we don't want to roll this way. So you don't want to do this. You want to stay turned down. You want to immediately rotate that leg. As soon as we start, if we're doing any type of adduction exercise here, as soon as we start rotating this way and lifting like a lot of people do, the TFL is going to want to take over that exercise. Same with if we're on a Nautilus machine and we're pushing in and out here in a seated position. Our legs are more in hip flexion, so when you go to do this, if you have a weakness in the minimus or glute medius chain here, TFL is going to dominate an exercise, and that's why you'll have certain clients, when you start testing them and see this, they'll do this exercise here, and all of a sudden they feel it in the TFL. Well, that's why. Once you get the glute medius, minimus working efficiently and correctly, then any type of, even if you're doing this exercise, this chain is going to work properly, you're going to feel it in the glute. But you have to build these muscles up individually, then you can start getting cute and adding in exercises where you put the bands around and you do this type of stuff. But first, build a foundation with these testing exercises that I showed you, then have some fun. So with Nick or any other athlete that pulled his hamstring or any injury in general, I don't even address the injured area. I leave that completely alone. I always try to find the weak link in the chain, and that's ultimately what's going to take the pressure off the injury and allow it to heal. So for instance, a lot of people will roll up the hamstring, they'll do this stuff. They'll It's like a vice grip, it goes around, they try to get the blood in the circulation. We'll do lax ball rolling. That's all stuff. It's putting a Band-Aid on the wound. It's not fixing the problem. It's helping to lengthen the muscle. It's helping to re-educate it to get back functional again for sprinting and jumping, but it's not gonna correct the problem. What's gonna correct the problem is fixing the weak link. That's what takes pressure off. Then you can go back in and do stuff like this once you've gotten the weakness to a certain level, so it'll take pressure off the injury. If you enjoyed watching this video, please subscribe to our channel and like this video. If you want to watch other episodes on rehab and training that we have to offer, visit our playlist titled Educational Episodes.